Hello everybody. I just want to do a quick video on this barn. It's a crib style barn. What it is a corn crib down on these lower sides where the farmers used to store ear corn. And then in the middle section there, up above that alleyway, it was a granary. They would store grain in there. If you see up there at the top of the building, right there on that cupola, I think is what they called those things, there's a door on the side of it. Well, anyways, they would use that, I believe, to auger grain in there, but there's kind of a loft area up there. And if you climb up the stairs, there's just a floor in there, but the floor had hinged doors on me. You lift the hinged door up, and then there was a big pit, or big room basically, that they had a ladder going down the room, down into it, but that's where they stored grain. And then they had some chutes up in the ceiling of this alleyway where you could open the little door and drop grain into your grinder mixer or your wagon or whatever. And they also had a chute, I'll show you right over here, a little chute where you could pull a little board up, a little slide gate, and fill up a bucket. I think the farmers would store like corn or oats or something in there. Right here's the little slide gate, and this is a wooden chute deal that went up. And right here, hopefully you can see that is the holes where they had a slide gate. There's a slide gate there. They just slide it. Excuse me. They would slide that and drop grain. There's like 6 sections in this where there's those, you could have corn in one, beans in the other, oats, wheat, whatever. But the whole point of this video is I get to tear this barn down. This is an old farmstead. There's a house that sat right over here a few years back. They tore it down probably about 5-6 years ago. A tree had fallen on it. It's kind of run down. And the guy that owned the land had a backhoe come in here and clean it up. Well, since then that guy's passed away. And then the son that inherited the property, he wanted to sell it, and the DNR bought it, so this is public hunting now. And I asked about that barn because they burn off this pasture. They done a control burn off the weeds and the trees and stuff shooting up in the pasture where it's supposed to be public hunting, you know, the grass fields, but it's all trees, so they burn it off and mowed the small saplings down. And I asked about this barn, if they're gonna re-roof it, because the roof's getting bad. The wood shingles are starting to rot and fall off a little bit. And he said, no, it's a liability, it's gotta go. So once they get the funding, they would tear it down. And I asked him, what's the possibility of a guy being able to tear that barn down? And he said, yeah, somebody could do that. It'd save them the money of having it, hiring a backhoe and a semis and smashing the thing and loading it up. So I got permission to tear it down. He's supposed to be emailing me a salvage permit, basically. He hasn't done it yet. I tried calling him like 3 days just to find out if I could do it for sure or not. Tell him that I was willing to do it because we discussed it the day before that burned. We talked for a couple hours, and he said, yeah. He said that somebody could do that if they wanted to. And so I told him I'd think about it and let him know for sure if I'm gonna do it. Then it took me 3 days to get a hold of him finally to say, yeah, I'm gonna do it. So he's supposed to be sending me a permit, so I'm gonna be starting here pretty soon on tearing this down. It's gonna be a big job, but it's well worth it. It's got 3x6s in the walls and the studs. And of course the 2 inner walls and 2 outer walls. The inner walls are 8-foot studs, the outer walls are 12-foot studs. It's got 2x6 rafters in it, rough cut lumber. It's got 1x6s on the inside on the alleyways, and it's got 1x6s on these outside boards, but of course they got a beveled edge on top and bottom, but tons of good lumber. So I can't wait to get this thing tore down. I got a lot of uses for that lumber. Something else I'm going to be working on is across the road. There's 2 more buildings plus a small shed. The shed ain't in too good shape. It's a long lean-to building. It's covered tin and some good 2x4s in the rafters and then the walls. But I get this barn tore down, I'm going to see about getting that building and tear that down just for the tin and stuff. And then next to it's a Morton building. It's a 36x45 Morton. And I'd asked him about that. He told me there's about 3 other people that asked about it and was interested. And he said he probably should post an ad in the paper and take bids on it. So when that comes up for bid, he said he'd send me a bid directly himself. I ain't got a whole lot of faith in that because he said he'd send me a permit right away, and he didn't do it today. Send me a copy, email me a copy of the salvage permit so I can come over here and start tearing this barn down. But something else he gave me permission to do is pick up any scrap metal around here. There isn't a lot of scrap metal, but there is some. There's a couple old like feed troughs. What it was is one of those elevators that they use for feed troughs. There's a couple of them down there. And then right over here is a metal cow panel fence. Runs clear on up quite a ways and then across back there. And he said I could tear them panels, the metal panels out, them cow panels. So I'm going to tear them panels out and get all them wooden posts. And the wooden posts are in real good shape. They're not that old of a post. Neighbor guy ran his cattle over here. He ran his cattle over here and he put up this fence. They're nice heavy duty cow panels. There's some that got parts that are bent a little bit and stuff, but right here I just have to come along and take these staples out and take these panels down. As you can see, there's one that's kind of, the end of it's messed up a little bit, but them on up there, these here, they're in really good shape. There's some bent ones there, and that goes clear on up and clear across, and all them panels up there, most of them are in really good shape. It goes clear up that corner. So I'm going to be getting the metal panels, which I've been needing them. I do have some on hand yet that I haven't used on my place that I got at another farm that I cleaned up. But I'm going to get these, and I'm going to put a pin up because I'm planning on getting some goats, or at least one goat for now, maybe a couple of them. But I got to get a pin put up, so I'm going to get these panels tore down. I'll be able to get my goat pen built. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I'll keep you an update on that Morton building. See if I get the bid or not whenever it comes up for bid. I don't know how soon he's gonna put it up for bid. If it's like anything else, he'll probably drag his feet a little bit. But I'm definitely gonna put a bid in on that building to be moved and have it moved right over my place if I get it. But I am tearing down this barn. So as I start doing that, I'll give you updates every once in a while, show you the progress I'm making, I guess. A lot of good lumber though. I'm kind of excited about it. It's gonna be a lot of hard work, but I'm excited about it. Well, anyways, I won't keep you any longer. Thanks for joining me on this video. And don't forget I love you, and see you all in the next one. Bye.